This is David, Mr. DIY Solar and Tennessee Valley Solar. I am here again at my off-grid cabin, and we have been working on a bunch of stuff. We knocked down the chimney that was there. We're building a deck here, and I've got a bunch of other stuff we're working on, so I thought I would go through and do an update as to what's going on here at the cabin. As you can see, the chimney has been removed from the side of the cabin. It was attached to the side of the cabin with concrete that went through the wall, and the chimney was sinking and was kind of just dragging down the whole side of the cabin. And while we were working on the deck, we said, well, we're going to go ahead and tear down the chimney so it's done, and we won't have to worry about that when we go to work on anything else in that area there. So we're happy to have it down and gone, and we're going to be putting steps that are going to come there off of that deck there. Steps are going to go and land there on that pad of concrete that we've just got done setting up right there, and hopefully sometime this afternoon or sometime tomorrow morning, we're going to start working on putting these steps in and be able to come down off that deck and land here on this concrete, which will help us avoid having to do what we've been doing, which was walking up the hill up there, and just real muddy. And this will help us stay out of the dirt and hopefully keep the house a little bit cleaner. We're gonna, at some point in time, get done removing the last of the concrete that's there on the side of the house, and we'll keep the concrete that's actually in the wall. And at some point in time, we'll probably run just a regular metal chimney up the outside of the wall, and that'll be a whole lot lighter instead of having to have the chimney that was all the way up just hanging there on the side of the house. So we'll be glad to have that gone and get that cleaned up. Alright, I'm going to look at some drainage that we're working on in the basement, and then I'm going to go up on the deck. This concrete block room here would flood every time it rained real hard. So we've been digging trenches, going to put in some black pipe and hopefully concrete this floor at some point. But with these trenches that go all the way around, this is doing a lot to help keep the floor a lot drier, instead of sometimes it would be like a lake in here. So this is going to be really good to be able to have everything cleaned up where we give the water a place to drain out. I'm going to go through the pipe that wraps around the basement. Just going to wrap all the way around there, and then it'll come out and drain out through there. And those steps are going to come down off the deck and stop right there at the concrete, and the concrete will be the first step, and then you go up onto the steps to go up onto the deck. We've been moving a whole bunch of the dirt that was here, so we're going to try to level this area out where we can park up here. We should have gravel all through here, and hopefully a concrete sidewalk through here, and be able to park up here and be able to either go through that door into the cabin or up onto the deck, which is up here. And then we've got a door that dumps onto the deck, is right there. And the chimney, of course, used to be right there, and now that's out of the way. I am going to set this deck up to be like an outdoor kitchen, and so at some point in time we're going to try to set up the stove and probably the sink and have some counter space out here where we can cook and have a little bit of more space for having a kitchen area. As inside the cabin we just don't have the room for it, so we'll probably work on screening this porch in. We've got the poster high enough that we're going to put a roof on this, and then probably at some point in time screen it in, have a little bit of space out here to cook and eat and just sort of hang out outside and hopefully away from some of the bugs. I also have set up this little pop-up tent thing, hoping to use that as sort of a shower. We haven't had any kind of shower here, and so at some point in time this weekend I'm going to try to get this shower set up and be able to have a little camp shower in there, pulling out a little 5-gallon bucket and be able to sort of rinse off a little bit. I've got it screwed down to the deck, hoping that it should. We might need to run some of the guy wires down and kind of hold that down some there. But that's going to give us a chance to shower some, get the barbecue grill hooked up, and we're excited that hopefully we'll be kind of moving forward here. So we're going to work on putting some railings on and put these steps in. So alright, well, this has been my video for Friday. We're going to keep working on this tomorrow. It's just the beginning of June here, so we're going to keep working on this some tomorrow, hopefully have these steps in and have the shower squared away, and I'll add a video after we get that done, and that'll be good to have that, and hopefully the stairs where we can just go straight down onto the down there. All right, cool. All right, well, thanks, and I'll add some more video as we do some more work. Thanks. And this is after a couple days of working on the deck. We've got a concrete slab that we've poured. We knocked down the chimney that was here, built some stairs, and we've started putting the roof on the deck, as well as we started building some counters for a sink, and I have a little stove in there, and got even more lumber that we've saved up for additional projects we're going to work on. So really excited with what's coming along here with our deck project here. We're going to have to break up what remains of the chimney, and hoping that soon enough we're going to have another 8 feet of the deck sticking out this way, and then sooner or later there will hopefully be another building right on the other side of the deck right there. And then looking at what we're going to do with the dirt that's right here. Maybe we'll just cut that back where it's kind of more level, and hopefully we can try to do something with this area a little bit. We're going to put some handrails up the side of the deck, and perhaps probably have a little bit of a roof over the side of the steps there as we go up the steps and onto the deck. We've also been working on bringing in some culvert, so I'm gonna go over and show some of that. We've brought in a whole bunch of culvert that's sitting up there, and some more of it sitting over there, and we're gonna start to finally dig out this ditch that's been started right here. Dig that on up between the trees, lay some culvert over here, And then all the water that comes out of that valley right there will flow through the culvert, go on out to the ditch that's over there. So, very happy to have bought this backhoe. It's been very useful for moving all of that culvert and all the other little projects we've been doing, moving the dirt and everything else we've been working on. So I'm going to go up on the deck and kind of talk a little bit about our plans up there. And this is up on our deck. For the longest time we had a door here in the side of the cabin, and it just didn't go anywhere because it walked out onto the side of the hill. It would have been a big step down. So it's awesome having that door there. That door has become our main door. And you come out that door and just go down the steps right there. And up on the deck, we're going to have some counter running down the side there with a sink, and this will be a little bit of an outdoor kitchen. I've got a small RV size stove oven here. There's a piece of marble sitting, granite stuff sitting on top of that, but there's 3 propane gas eyes in there. And also up here on this deck I've got this tent that I've got set up for having a little bit of a shower here, and this actually worked relatively well. It's kind of not the fanciest thing in the universe, but you open this thing up, we got a little bit of a 5-gallon bucket in here, and there's a pump that is in there, pulls the water out of the bucket with little USB batteries and a shower head. Get you a little bit, get some water. It's not the greatest shower experience in the world. You do have to make sure you have heated water, but the way we've got it set up, the water can just go straight through the deck onto the dirt and it'll be fine. The only bad part about this is I'm about as tall as this tent is, so when I'm standing in here, my head's kind of pushing up against the top of that. But we'll upgrade from this soon enough, hopefully, to something a little bit more permanent. But it's nice to have a shower of some variety here. Soon we're hoping to be able to flatten all of this area out where we can actually just park right here, maybe have a little bit of a concrete path, go in through that door there, or up onto the deck and then in through that door. So hopefully once we get this level and put some gravel in through here, and potentially there'll be another building right in this area as we kind of get that dirt cut back and have something sitting right here next to this. And then the road that we have goes up the hill right through there. So hopefully this will just kind of keep coming together and keep pushing forward. All right, I'm gonna go inside and talk about what we're working on in there. And inside we have made a few changes. I have purchased a DC refrigerator from Sundancer, and that we're going to be setting up here real soon, and hopefully that's going to replace the small little mini fridge we have over there. And finally got to bring up a futon up here that I've been wanting to, so now we have a couch and extra bed when we need it. And I used to have my desk set right there, and now I've moved that over here, and that's our main door that really needs to be cleaned cleaned. And the other door is just sort of, we're ignoring that right now, mostly since right on the other side of that door is a big pile of dirt that just needs to go away. So hopefully very soon we're going to be running that refrigerator off the solar directly, off the DC, without having to go through the inverter. So that's going to be very nice, and we're moving as much as we can over to running directly off of the DC. So we'll have the lights and the ceiling fan in this room, refrigerator, all that running off of DC. Sooner or later I hope that the air conditioner, the mini split, can be changed out for a DC one of those, and the more and more we run directly off of the DC, the less we'll need the inverter. So slowly but surely things are coming along up here, and very soon we hope to do an update with using this Sundancer refrigerator, and hopefully the deck will have a roof on it soon, so that's going to be nice. We'll have kind of a covered area to enter and exit the cabin, which we've never had that yet. So thanks for watching this update, and we'll be posting some more updates here soon. Shortly we're going to be doing the drainage and finishing this deck and flattening the area outside the cabin here, so we're excited by all that. So like and subscribe if this video has been at all useful for you, and thank you for catching our latest update, and we'll hope to see you next time. This has been David, Mr. DIY Solar and Tennessee Valley Solar. Thanks a lot. Bye.